Alright, we're going to run through another worked example of comparing costs. This time we're going to run through a paper test version showing how to use the double number line to show an alternative method of solving out which shop is cheaper. So first key bit of information is to work out that this part here doesn't change. 5 litres is always going to equal $3 in this shop. 8 litres is going to equal $5 in this shop. And what I want you to see is just a different way of working it out. So we've got to start at the same point. So that's this point here. So my first step is to draw in my double number line. I'm always going to draw in a double number line, and I'm going to start one at 8 litres equals $5. And I'm going to start the other one at 5 litres equaling $3. That's where I start. Now let's look at what they did in this one. So in this one, and I ask myself this each time, what did they do? So in this time, they've times the whole of shop 1 by 3 and the whole of shop 2 by 5. And the reason they've done that is so that they can end up at the same dollar amount. So see, we don't have the same litre amount here, and we don't have the same dollar amount, so it's really hard to compare. But when they times the whole of shop 1 by 3 and the whole of shop 2 by 5, they end up with the same dollar amount, which means I can clearly see that shop 2 I get an extra litre. So when I look at that, and I'm told to find an alternative version to it, I think, well, if you guys did this one, you changed the dollar amount, can I change my litre amount to end up the same amount if I've got 5 and 8 litres? Is there another way I could take my shop to work that out? And so for this one, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work out what I need to times shop 1 by to get to the same exact litre amount as shop 2. And looking at that, probably the easiest thing to do in the top of your head is to go, well, I can times 8 by 5, and I can times 5 by 8, and that'll end up at a whole number. And that'll get me, that's not too high or too ridiculous, that'll get me to a good ending spot. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shop 1, I'm going to times that by 5 so that I get to 40 litres. And then shop 2, I'm going to times that by 8 to get to 40 litres. Do you see how that'll take me from here to 40 litres by timesing by 8? And this one, I'm going to times by 5 to get to 40 litres. Key bit of information is that when I times my shop, and that's what they've done here as well, if you times the left-hand side by a certain amount, you've got to times the right-hand side by a amount. That is saying that if you can't just times, you can't get multiples of parts of a shop. You've got to multiply the dollars and the litre amount. So if I times this side by 5, I'm going to have to do the same to the other. Times by 5. So that's going to take me to $25 for 40 litres of fuel. And if I times this side by 8, then I'm going to have to do the same to the other one. So I times that by 8. 3 times 8 is 24. And here I've got what I wanted. What I really wanted to show was that the same exact litre amount, shop 1 cost me $25 and shop 2 cost me $24. I'm buying my fuel at shop 2.